With UFC 189 in the rear view, we need to have another conversation. And that conversation is about Conor McGregor. I know, we're sick of it. You guys don't want to hear about it. It doesn't matter, the fight's over with. Can we move on to something else? But we need to have a conversation that we didn't have about the fight beforehand, and that's why was this fight so big? And of course, a lot of it was Conor McGregor, talked a lot. He got people interested in this fight. But a lot of it is something else. There's something missing, and why was everybody so concerned about this, and why did everybody care? We cared because MMA needed Conor to win this fight. Of course, the UFC wanted him to win it, but MMA fans should have wanted him to win as well. Now, it doesn't matter if you hate Conor McGregor, if you love Chad Mendes, whatever your reasons are, you're just the biggest Jose Aldo fan on the planet, and you didn't want McGregor to win. But every fan should have wanted him to win because we need him as fans. We need MMA to grow. And right now, MMA is kind of experiencing something that boxing experienced a few years ago, and that's they don't have stars to promote. Boxing, before Mayweather became huge, before Mayweather beat De La Hoya, everybody thought boxing is dying. Boxing is on the downslope. De La Hoya is retiring. He's out of his prime. But, eventually Mayweather took that role, and now we have Gennady Golovkin, we've got Manny Pacquiao, we've got Canelo Alvarez. We have stars in boxing that can promote these super fights. I mean, Mayweather-Pacquiao fight did record numbers at, $100 a pop. But we don't have that in MMA right now. We're missing the combination of dominance and charisma in MMA that boxing has right now. And it's not to say that it can't come back, but we've got to find it again. We've got some stars, in the making possible. But we also have a lot of dominant fighters. We've got the Demetrius Johnsons, we've got the Jose Aldos, we've got even though he just lost, Cain Velasquez, we have dominant fighters, but we don't have them paired with the charisma. And we had Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen had the charisma, to promote these fights, but he didn't have the dominance to go with it. And now we're looking at, kind of a impasse. We've got really good fighters or really talkative fighters, and we don't have the combination of those two. We have Ronda Rousey. She's the total package. She can talk it. She's superstar material. She's in movies, and she's beating everybody up. But we don't have the Chuck Liddells anymore, the Tito Ortizes. We don't have the GSPs. And John Jones, who knows what's happening with him? Is he going to come back? We don't know. He really tarnished himself with a lot of legal troubles lately. And we've got to grow a superstar. And the UFC needed McGregor to win because McGregor was what that presented. It presented itself as an opportunity of a comeback for MMA. Recently, I read an article, I don't remember if it's Huffington Post or The Atlantic, but the article was talking about writers. It was talking about fiction writers and screenplays. And it asked all the authors and publishers of these various books, what the most important part of writing a best-selling, screenplay or novel was. And, they asked, is it genre? Does that matter? Is it characters? Is it plot development? There's all these different things. And the number one answer that everybody gave was conflict. And conflict is what sells. It doesn't matter if it's a dart game. It doesn't matter if it's the heavyweight championship fight. People want to see how the unknown unravels with conflict. People want to see just the things that they're not used to, the things that they don't know. They want to see as the best, welterweight boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather, who people hate. Are they going to see him lose? He's 42-0, 43-0, 44-0. He's climbing up, and the people that want to see him win, they want that record to keep climbing. The people that hate him, they want to see him take a dive. But really, they want to see it unravel. And that's what we need in MMA is we need conflict, and we don't have that right now. Boxing, recently they've been lucky, they brought it back. They have some stars that can sell those pay-per-views. They have some stars that they can create conflict, and that conflict doesn't always have to be persona. A lot of that is record. Canelo was undefeated when Floyd was undefeated. Of course, you have Floyd with the charisma and Canelo with the record, like Floyd. But we don't have that in MMA right now. And whether that's going to be Conor McGregor, whether that was going to be Chad Mendes, whoever's going to fill that role, we need somebody to fill that role, because how else are we going to get people to spend $50, $100 on a pay-per-view and get the viewers there, which is going to build those other stars, those stars in the making. We need eyes on the younger fighters coming up to fill those roles as well. So this is what MMA needed. MMA needed Conor McGregor. They needed this super fight. They needed those eyes on him. And we'll see what happens. We'll see who fills those GSP roles, those Anderson Silva roles, those Chuck Liddell roles in the future. As always, I'm Santino DeFranco with Fight University.